Hello, T-Bird fans, and welcome back to, once again, another great coaches show. And, you know, it's nice to have, we like having the players here, but then again, it's also nice to have the OGs here, the coaches, Connor and Ben, and welcome back, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks for having us again.
Good to be back.
And as usual, we had a couple of games. We had a good score and a kind of kissing your sister type score. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to call it how it is here. It's whatever, however you want to call it. But let's get into it. First game, Western Nebraska, the good, the bad, and what can be improved.
So the good is we come out of there with a W, 3 points. We get a result. We had a little bit of payback in line for them. Just they came to our house and beat us 1-0. So now it was our turn to come and beat them 1-0. So it was another really tough physical game. 0-0 at halftime. Just told the boys to keep battling, and then going in the second half, and we were pushing for a goal. We felt like we were dominating the game, and then Jules Full comes with a nice long-range shot from outside the box that takes a slight deflection, but we'll take it 1-0 and go into Saturday with a win.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's important just to recognize that, like, we outplayed them the first time and lost because we made one of those mistakes, right? You play great for 89 minutes and you lose. So we were prepared, you know, for that. And so the second time we play them on Friday, Western Nebraska, and Todd's got a good team, right? They're always organized. You know, we were very motivated to win the game, and the guys were fired up about it. And same thing, I think we dominated long stretches of the game. And then we took the opportunity from Jules to score for us, you know, to get us the win. You gotta love shutouts, right? And so that was our fourth shutout in a row on Friday. And so our back line has really come together nice, kind of tightened up for us. And so we've been, you know, that was great. I don't think there's anything ugly in that game except, you know, our guys continue sometimes they just play hard, and sometimes they cause fouls in our defensive third, which allows the other team then to be aggressive with a free kick or a service into the box and put us under pressure. And so if we can continue to kind of clean up, you know, where we're creating those fouls, you know, is going to give us an opportunity to prevent us from being under pressure in situations like that, because it happened a few times against Western Nebraska. But overall, it's great. Great to get 3 points, get a win.
Absolutely great, and especially it was kind of poetic how the 1-0 result ended with, because when Western came, their one goal came from kind of deflection, bad bounce, hopped to the goalkeeper, went in. But with Jules, same thing, deflection, kind of bounced over, or just barely past the goalkeeper, and it's like, that feels good.
Yep.
Just, you know.
When it mattered too. So 3 points, take 3 points.
Exactly, and you know, take that momentum, and you took that momentum in the LCCC game, and always a naturally tough game. And unfortunately, yes, it was a tie, 1-1. But that first goal, though, was quite impressive. It was off a throw-in, which I kept thinking it was a corner, but no, it was a throw-in. Let's talk a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so Issa Bramble, it's nice to have him back. He was out for a few weeks with an injury. So he's back in the lineup, being able to play some minutes for us. So we were able to get him in there. And Hubert Dergron has a ginormous throw-in. It's basically a cross, like a corner kick if you're down there on that end of the pitch. And then Kota Yamanashi, our big, tall center back, gets a flick on, and Issa just buries it, just absolutely smashes it. I don't think that kid can kick a ball underneath 100 miles per hour. He just absolutely kills it every time he makes contact with it. So, yeah, it's really good to have Issa back, and the boys are loving it. And yeah, it's something we work on at practice. We use a long throw as a set piece, so it's really good to have to use.
Yeah, it was great to score a goal like that early, you know, in the first half and get us a 1-0 lead. You know, I think the bad part was we had, you know, 3 or 4 other opportunities in the first half to score a goal. Hayden Hollinger scored a goal that they called offside. You know, and it was an absolute calamity. The ref just missed it, right? Hayden was not offside. He scores the goal. You know, that would have given us a second goal. You know, so we could have been up 2-0 at halftime. And then, you know, Yuto, you know, has a great opportunity, and their keeper makes an unbelievable save. You know, so again, it could have been 2 or 3 or 4-0. We felt like in the first 20 or 30 minutes of that game against LCCC. It's not. It's 1-0 at halftime, and then that leads us to the bad.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the calamity might be that you have all these opportunities to score, but yet you're just. I mean, it's still 1-0, and that's been or some other missed opportunities in games, and the reason why maybe you don't win is just those, you've got plenty of opportunities, but they're missed. So have you addressed that in practice? Has that been something you've been focusing on?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just yesterday in practice, we spent a lot of time just doing some finishing and trying to build guys' confidence. And hey, when you get into this space of the field, you know, we need to be clean. And it could be one pass, it could be 2 passes, it could be 4 or 5 passes, but we need to be clean in the attacking third, you know, and then as forwards and attackers and even outside defenders, just being clinical, right? We just need to be clinical. And so we've got some guys on the team that are very clinical. You know, Cole Venable is a clinical finisher, and so we need to get him the ball in some better areas to allow him, you know, to be clinical. And so we're working on some things like that.
Absolutely. So you bring up Cole Venable, or what player or players kind of stood out to you over this past weekend, either game? Kind of stepped up,
I'm gonna,
game play?
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead, and then I'll throw in my...
So Western Nebraska, I'll start with that one on Friday. I mean, Cole's always a workhorse, but again, Hayden kind of just doesn't take a break during the game. He's always running up and down the lines, and when he's not attacking, he's working hard defensively, and we ask that of our attackers, and he does that really well. So that's why he continues to get minutes for us, and he just continues to be a bright spot for us. And he scores a goal and gets marked offside, so it's unlucky for him to not get that to his point tally, but he's been playing very well for us so far.
Yeah, Hayden's been on fire. I'm going to go the opposite direction. I'm just going to take my whole back line. Right? My whole back line, you know, with Kota, Yamanashi, and Sho Hori kind of in the middle there. You know, we are, you know, in the past 5 games, we've given up 1 goal. And that goal is a PK to LCCC. And again, you can go back and watch the film. It was kind of a debatable PK call, but they called it, and so it was it is. You know, again, it's a calamity that we can't take, you know, those shutouts and create more. So we are 3-0-2, 3 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties in the past 5 games, and we've given up 1 goal. Right? And so at some point, we got to finish our chances and bury some people, you know, give us an opportunity to win these games. And we did. We won 3 out of 5. And the other 2, like you said, are not, you know, ties are ties, and nobody likes that. And so, again, I think our back line's just gel, right? Kota, Sho, and then we've got Hubert Daragon and Chris Martial on the left. And we've got Jose Gonzalez and Zach Gorms on the right. You know, those guys have just really bought in and tightened up for us. And then Hugo, you know, leading us in the back and from the goal. You know, those guys have been fantastic the past 5 games.
Yeah, and Hugo, I mean, even against that PK, I thought he had read it perfectly. Just the guy just put it in the absolute most perfect spot he could. He almost had it.
Almost had it.
Most right where he couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So, you know, those are tough breaks, but I thought Hugo did a great job.
So giving up one goal in the past 5 games on a PK, all right, we're doing something right.
Absolutely. So great win Friday, kind of nice redemption game, very poetic. Saturday, maybe not the best result that we were hoping for, especially with how we played, because the game footage showed that your team just dominated
long stretches.
And so now we've got this week to look at. You're on the road. You're against Iowa Western, another very tough team that's in the top 10. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, so every year we get this bye weekend sometime in region play, and it happens to fall this coming weekend. And so we, you know, as a program and as a coach, that bye weekend, we could take that weekend off and give our guys a break and that kind of thing. And so for us, you know, we kind of go the opposite. We want to find the best possible team that we can play over that bye weekend. So in the past, we played Western Texas 2 years in a row on that bye weekend, and they were ranked in the top 10 both times. And so now we're going to Iowa Western to play Iowa Western on Saturday. So again, we want to play somebody really, really tough during that break from region play, because that's how we improve, right? And honestly, when I help my players move on to 4-year schools call me, and they don't ask for game film for some of our games. They want to see the film against the big dogs, right? And so like, hey, send us the film versus you guys versus Iowa Western, right? So we're able to send those film off to 4-year schools, and so it's really good for my players to have that exposure, you know, to play those top teams. And so that's kind of purposeful, right, to go play them. And they're good. Look, I mean, they're 6th in the nation for a reason. I think they're 4-1-1 right now or something like that. And so they're very good. And so we're going to go and give our best effort and see what happens.
Absolutely. So what would be your key to success against a team like Iowa Western?
Again, I think it comes down to, I told the guys yesterday in practice, you know, we might get 4 to 5 opportunities on Saturday to score a goal. can we score 1 or 2 or 3, right? Can we be efficient? Right, you talked about using the word clinical. Can we be clinical in front of the goal? Right, so when the ball comes and we have an opportunity to score a goal, can we be clinical and smack it, score a goal and put some pressure on Iowa Western? If not, it could be a tough one for us. But again, our guys this year have proven that, on any given day, we can lose to anybody. But on any given day, we can also beat anybody. And so, that's the idea of this group, right, is that let's continue to work, towards a peak and make sure we peak at the right time. Give yourselves an opportunity to win some games.
Yeah, how have you felt about I know we've won 3 of the last 5, tied 2 of them. How do you feel like you're getting toward that peaking here?
I definitely feel like we do, especially with the 4 clean sheets in a row before Saturday's game. But still, one goal let in 5 games, that's good. And then I think for the last 5 games, we scored 14 goals. So to have our back line clicking like that and really making it hard and tough to score on, and then for our attackers to kind of get freed up and start to score goals, because for a minute there we kind of got in a lull, and now we feel like our guys are freeing up and expressing themselves creatively on the field.
All right. Yeah, I definitely don't feel like we're headed toward calamity. I feel like we're headed toward, one of these higher peaks as we're hoping for.
Yeah, for sure.
And since that, I think we've got 5 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, 4 left in the regular season.
4 left. Mm-hmm. What are we looking at here for possibly hosting the Region 9?
Yeah, and so I think right now Otero's in the driver's seat to finish number 1 in the region, because they're just beating everybody except us. We tied them 0-0 last weekend, and so they're number 1 in the region right now, and it's theirs to lose, right? And so as long as they take care of business, then they're going to end up finishing number 1 in the region, and then we're going to have an opportunity to finish 2, 3, 4, hopefully, but hopefully we have an opportunity to host a game in the tournament, because that's always fun, right, hosting a game. And so we're trying to take it 1 game at a time, and so this weekend's a break from region play, so it gives us an opportunity to go play Iowa Western like we talked about, and then we'll come back, the following weekend and have two tough region games that are going to impact where we fall, in the standings. So.
All right, well, we're hoping for some good results. I mean, even if we can host 1, we love having you here. We love having our fans out there supporting you, and really hopefully you can get that energy and the players will feel it too and score and make it clinical.
You make it clinical.
Thanks
for having us.
Yeah, we very much enjoy it.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
they'll have a nice result against Iowa Western, but we'll see you next time.